I think as a provider, social media can help streamline your routine a little bit. Say you're a provider right now, you are faced with seeing multiple different journal articles, multiple different news media sources. You see it on TV, you hear about it on the radio. Social media, and particularly Twitter, provides a very quick way to see what thought leaders are talking about in particular areas, and so can streamline your day because you don't have to check multiple sources. You can just follow that Twitter feed about those providers are talking about, and can really help streamline your day. So it can improve your practice. Say, for example, there's an issue that lots of your patients are talking about online. Putting a blog on your website can be a quick way of answering those questions, or answering some of the basic questions, and reassuring your patients. One of the most common things I hear from other providers is, I don't want to be on social media, that's for the wackos. And certainly if you let the celebrities and the fringe groups dominate the conversations, they're perfectly willing to do so. The Jenny McCarthy's of the world are perfectly willing to control the conversation if you let them. But as physicians, our job is to educate and inform. And if we want to dispel that misinformation that is online, we really have to be there. Well, I think there are stages to social media use for doctors. First of all, you start off with just observing. And then as you get more and more comfortable with it, you will start to participate in it. You will join in discussions and maybe retweet other things that other people have talked about. And then finally, the third stage of being a provider on social media is knowledge curating, where you're starting to create your own topics. You're starting to blog or participate in social media in a way that is creating content for others. So you start off observing, and then participating, and then actually being one of the thought leaders yourself. Patients expect you to have a Facebook page. Patients expect your practice to have a website. And so the very basic minimum is you have to have a Facebook site, you have to have and you have to have a website that patients can go to. And I think for some providers who that may be enough to have a resource where their patients can see what their practice is like, maybe post some educational things on there that are common for your practice. If you're a pulmonologist, you might want to post some basic educational material on asthma and COPD. If you're a pediatrician, you might want to post some basic information on vaccines or on childhood development or childhood illnesses. So there are some things that would be very useful to your patients. Your patients are going online and searching for these informational sources. It would be great if you could provide them with reliable information so they don't go there and find some of the unreliable information that's so prevalent online.